The topic given to me for today is leveraging artificial intelligence to achieve educational outcomes. Here I will give some tips, some advice for all my colleagues here. And I'm sure you're all well established as a teachers, as a educators for several years. And the Institute of Counselors Training, Research and Consultancy is giving a lot of opportunities for MAHE also to share the experience and also thereby, really getting connected with higher education institution such as MAHE. One of the basic question is, most of us, we think that whether artificial intelligence can replace teachers, because this is there in everybody's mind now. And, somewhere in Dubai, I have seen a robot teaching in a classroom. That has become a big news, thinking that, all colleges are going to face this problem. Unfortunately, that is not true, which you will understand at the end of this session. And this was one of the old news. Math teachers protest against calculator use. And this was the news in 1988. In 1972, first scientific calculators are tried, and in 1980 onwards, people started using it on a day-to-day basis. And math teachers in US, they went for strike against the calculator use. Okay, so this was the great news during those days. So today we have something similar situation, ban ChatGPT. And this was the issue. Again, teachers protested against ChatGPT use in 2023. Where we are going, whether it is true, do we have, an open-minded nature of accepting the technology and its advancement for better use of, students, teachers, or anybody who wants to use the technology, because we can't run away from it and we can't go and oppose everything. So this ChatGPT news was there and everybody felt that, okay, oh my God, how do I control my students? That was the first question what teachers start thinking, because everywhere in the news, it states that, they can write an essay using ChatGPT, they can complete their assignments using ChatGPT, researchers can compile a full paper using ChatGPT. So that was a noise what is created in 2023. And most of the college and some countries started banning ChatGPT. So we will see what ChatGPT at the end of my session. And in general, what is artificial intelligence, because we all know natural intelligence, what is, grace to all of us. And usually we say God graced us, right? Then what is this artificial intelligence? It is a capacity given by humans to machines to memorize and learn from experience, to think and create, to speak, to judge, and make decisions. What I want you to concentrate is capacity given by humans to machine. So that is one thing which is very, very important. Okay. So when we were doing our masters in 1995, 96 and all, we studied artificial intelligence during those time only. When there was, initially we started with just DOS operating system. There was no Windows, what we have seen. But during those days, there were talking about artificial intelligence, and we had a subject, artificial intelligence. But unfortunately, during those days, there was no sufficient data. There was no, a sufficient computing power which was available during those days. But yes, having said that, people started discussing about artificial intelligence during those days, around 25, 30 years back. So today it is a reality in front of us. So what I want you to remember is human created this artificial intelligence system. In general, when you see this, there are left and right side, you can see. Left side, there are technologies, technologies, which you can see, machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, pattern recognition, natural language processing, and several chatbots. Okay. On the other side, you see that applications of that, So application such as, real-time emotion analytics. So that is the goal. Can you replace it? Virtual companions, because today we are not talking to one another. We are lonely. Can we create a virtual companion? Real-time universal translation, any language to any language translation. Thought-controlled gaming. Okay, next generation cloud robotics, autonomous surgical robotics, robotic personal assistant, cognitive cybersecurity, and neuromorphic computing. So these are all various applications and technologies in general when we talk about artificial intelligence technology landscape. And what are the applications of it? We all know the applications in every domain, whether it be healthcare, transport, astronomy, gaming, finance, data security, blah, blah, blah. But today, we are talking about AI in education. AI in education. So benefits for students is education at any time is a possibility. So wherever they are, in whichever place they are, they must be able to learn what they want to learn. That is their human right. And we can't provide that because they have to attend the class or they have to attend different kinds of schools. Instead of that, it is everybody's right that education should be available at any point of time. So, and also virtual mentors are available round the clock for anybody who wants to get themselves educated. So education platform adopts according to the students' needs. So that is the whole idea of AI for students. Benefits for schools and teachers. The first one is personalization. There are several students who need help from teachers, but as a teacher, we have to manage 30, 40 students, and we are not able to do that. But AI can be used to identify and help those students. And deep involving into education process, in everything, whatever we do, henceforth, we must try our best to use AI in, delivering our day-to-day process. Ability to detect weakness. Some students, there are fast learners, and some students, they are slow learners. How to identify these slow learners and do some handholding for them. There are several technology tools which are available which uses AI now. Curriculum automatic formation. So this may be something surprise to you, but please note, curriculum automatic formation means that based on the level of complexity, based on the level of students, you can design your own curriculum, and it can be catered to a different students. Up to that, it can be. So chances to find the best teachers, that is also a possibility. How you can find best teachers, because everybody is tracking now. We are all tracked by one or the other way. So most of the time I, say that Google knows more than what my wife knows about me, because that is how we are tracked. And we can help to identify best teachers, and they can be used in different way possible. The potential benefits of AI in education. The first one is personalization. And, it is very difficult for one teacher to figure out to meet the needs, but AI can easily adapt to each student's individual learning needs and can target instruction based on the strength and weakness of the student. So once a students and teachers start using technology, obviously a student is tracked and strengths and weaknesses of that students are identified, and a personal coaching, a personal tutoring, which is available to student. So AI system can gauge students' learning style and pre-existing knowledge to deliver customized support and instruction. Grading. This is one thing which we always find it difficult as a teacher. AI can help to grade exams using an answer key, till now we are aware that, all questions have to be framed in such a way that the answer should be a multiple choice question, but it need not be. So now the question is, anything, whatever you want to write, that can be evaluated, how students have performed, and even a grade also can be done by AI system. So henceforth, we can see that applications are being developed by edutech companies to evaluate descriptive answers also, not only multiple choice and answers. So feedback on course quality. Sometimes what happens is, when we are in the classroom, we think that, okay, I taught this concept and every students have understood. But, once you take the feedback from students that, the whole class have some issue with this topic, they are not understood this topic very well. So teachers get feedback that, okay, I need to reteach this, or I need to deliver it in a different way so that students can understand this particular concept in my subject. And similarly, a meaningful and immediate feedback to students. We are all aware as teachers that some students may shy about taking risk or receiving critical feedback in the classroom. But with AI, students can feel comfortable to make mistakes necessary for learning and receive feedback they need for improvement. Automating administrative tasks. As a teacher, we always, say that administrative tasks are eating our 60% of the time. So now the edutech companies are developing several applications where most of the administrative tasks can be automated. There is no intervention of teachers required in this. So education centers are reducing time spent by teachers on tedious tasks to free up time for meaningful usage. Intelligent tutoring systems. Now I'm going to list out few technologies which people are using it. Okay, and I'm sure every technology, whatever I'm mentioning here, it not necessary that you need to use it, but we should have clear idea about some of these technologies and try using these technologies wherever it is available free, because some of them are you need to pay or you need to register, but some of them are really, really open source, which you can try it. So one of the things is developed as Carnegie Learning. It is a system which is developed, and intelligent tutoring system is an example of IT systems that uses AI to personalize math learning for students. It helps in math learning for students. Adaptive learning platforms. There are several platforms are there. Dreambox is one such platform, which is an example of an adaptive learning platform that uses AI to create personalized math learning experience for K-8 students. Chatbots and virtual assistants. So Duolingo is an example of language learning app that uses AI-powered chatbot to provide feedback and support to language learners. Automated grading system. Most of you may be aware about Turnitin. Now it has developed to such an extent that it can be used for grading also. Is an example of automated grading system that uses AI to analyze students' writing, provide feedback to help improve writing skills. And content recommendation system is again a Newton, is an example of a content recommendation system that uses AI to recommend learning materials to students based on their individual needs and preferences. Speech recognition technology, Rosetta Stone, is an example of a language learning program that uses AI-powered speech recognition to help learners improve their pronunciation and speaking skills. Predictive analytics, it is, Civitas Learning is an example of predictive analytics platform that uses AI to identify the students at risk who are having some issues and who are having some learning disabilities and provide personalized support and resources to help them succeed. Virtual and augmented reality, that's a Google Expeditions, is an example of a virtual and augmented reality tool that uses AI to create immersive learning experience, allowing students to explore the world in new and engaging ways. NLP, natural language processing, IBM Watson is an example of NLP that can be used in education to power chatbots and virtual assistants that interact with students in a natural way. A computer vision, that's a smart learning suite, is a technology tool which is, as an example of a computer vision tool that uses AI to create interactive and engaging learning experiences, allowing students to explore and learn from visual content in new ways. And the last one is a very interesting tool, that is ChatGPT, a powerful tool for communication and language processing, and it has the potential to greatly improve our ability to interact with technology in a more natural and intuitive way. So ChatGPT, how ChatGPT can be used by teachers themselves in and out of the classroom. So don't hesitate. Encourage your students to use ChatGPT, and also feel free to make best use of ChatGPT in your day-to-day affairs. So use it as a smarter search engine. Most of the time, I use this ChatGPT on day in, day out basis. Nothing wrong in exploring, because, we used to use Google search. Rather than now Google search, sometimes I use now the smart search engine using ChatGPT. Generate reading passages. If you want to write a passage or read a passage, you can use it very efficiently. Get review questions to check for understanding. Sometimes, you have a topic and you want some review questions to be asked, you can use ChatGPT for that. Create writing prompts. So you don't know anything, but you want to write something, you want to start something from somewhere, please use ChatGPT. Teach vocabulary. You can improve your vocabulary using ChatGPT. Write notes to parents. If you want to write notes, please use it. It writes for you within no time. And if you want to add emotions, you say that add emotions. If you want to add professionalism, you say that add professionalism. If you want to say that, okay, friendly letter to parents, you say friendly letters. Everything will be different. Okay. And provide examples. For anything you want to talk about, just say that provide examples. Create a math problem, that is also possible in ChatGPT. Generate basic lesson plans. You want to deliver a course, you want to generate a lesson plan, just go to ChatGPT, it will generate for you. Find ways to help struggling students using ChatGPT. Generate questions for discussions or essays, use ChatGPT. Get help with recommendation letter. You want to write a recommendation letter, you please do that. Prepare, a tough conversation you want to start. So please ask ChatGPT. Build essay outlines. You want to write an essay and you want an outline for it, go to ChatGPT. So ask for writing and editing suggestions, you go for ChatGPT. So these are just a few lists, Anything you want to do, you can use ChatGPT. So usually sometimes you write an email and you are really confused whether you have written it properly or not. Ask ChatGPT whether this is professionally correct. Do you suggest anything for this email? So you will get good recommendations. So for any of these on day in, day out, you can use ChatGPT very positively. And that will be part of us henceforth. Just like when internet started, we had some questions, but now, we are in the world of artificial intelligence. We should never hesitate to make best use of this. So one thing what I want to say is the ethics of artificial intelligence, because sometimes whenever you are using artificial intelligence, please note, it may be biased, because what is artificial intelligence? As I said in the definition itself, it's a man-made, okay? So a machine is trained to behave like a human being, but who trained? It is people who train it. So whatever you see, whatever you get as an output, don't blindly believe that, because sometimes it's very important that it may hurt you back. The information, whatever you are getting, may be wrong sometimes. Okay. So the ethics of artificial intelligence is very, very important. Now, whose ethics we are talking here? It is not the user's ethics. It is the ethics of people who developed that system. That is very important. Who is training the system? That is very important. Okay. So we always say that AI program is as ethical as its developer. A simple statement. Okay. Whether it is ethical or not, yes. If a person who developed is ethical person, then you can trust this application. Otherwise, it can be used in any way, and misuse is a possibility. That is the fear what people have. Okay. So ethics of an artificial intelligence is nothing but ethics of the person who developed that particular system. And don't simply rely, don't close your eyes completely and accept as it is. It purely depends on people who trained that system. There are several myths, okay, about AI. So one of that myth is AI is only for large business. Not necessary. AI algorithms can process any data it can be used, but to develop a proper system, you need a quality and quantity of data. Myth is AI can make independent decision. Sorry, AI programs need to be taught first. AI will replace all human jobs. AI complements humans and creates new jobs. AI robots will enslave people. There will be no rise of machines. So this is the, some data about global AI in education market share as of 2022. So, if you see the blue color one, around 60%, you can say, learning platform and virtual facilitators are the space. And around 30% intelligent tutoring system, around 20% is smart content, what is used, and some percentage of fraud and risk management and others. So broadly, it says that a learning platform and virtual facilitation takes majority of the money, time as of now in global AI in education market. I have come back to the same slide. Will artificial intelligence replace the teacher? The question is this. The answer is technology will never replace great teachers. Whereas technology in the hands of great teacher can be transformational for education space in this country. Conclusion. AI has potential to revolutionize the education system in India and help to achieve educational outcomes. School counselors can play an important role in leveraging AI to personalize education, enhance student engagement, provide real-time feedback, automate administrative tasks. These are the 4 different ways you can start using AI from day-to-day basis. However, it is important that AI is used ethically, responsibly, and inclusively. By incorporating AI in their work, school counselors can help create a more effective and efficient education system that benefits all students. The last slide is, whether technology replaces the teachers in the classroom. We need not worry about that. But teachers who use technology will probably replace teachers who do not. So let us start using technology. Please don't hate technology. Wherever possible, use the technology and be friendly to technology so that you will feel very comfortable in the classroom, because we are, handling very young students and they are tech savvy. And if we have some hesitation to technology, then obviously teachers who use technology will probably replace teachers who do not. Technology will never replace a teacher, but a teacher who knows technology may replace teachers who do not know anything about technology. Thank you for patient listening. I took 25 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Open for question.
I think this entire presentation, I don't know, you must have used some technology to kind of time it, because it was exact 25 minutes. So I don't know whether people from the field of computer science, in what all ways and means they use technology in order to really game whatever they are doing. So thank you very much, Professor Karunakar, for a very nice and very well structured and thought-provoking presentation. And you were very candid enough to say that you are using ChatGPT day in, day out.
Yeah.
Because these days people use ChatGPT and they are shy of, they feel guilty of using the technology and not telling anyone that they have used. And you were very frank enough to share that. And I think that's where you kind of walking the talk, embracing the technology, using it to the fullest and see what next is coming up. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Professor. It was very, very, interesting. See, many myths are shattered. The technology will not replace the teachers, but teachers using technology may replace those who are not. That was a very, and I should be a little more careful, Professor. I am using a little lesser technology. I will have to.
Sir, can we ask few questions which have come in the for sir?
If it is possible.
Absolutely. Let me give some comments now. This PPT is, prepared with the help of ChatGPT. Okay, because it is not as it is copied. You please note. When you say that I use Google, for searching and these things, then you will say that is okay because now we have accepted Google can be used. But when Google's search engine started, we started asking students in the classroom that, I know all these things you got in the internet now. That is not acceptable because during those days, teachers used to expect us to go to library and find out and make a notes and then come and present. But nowadays, students stopped going to library, and basically students stopped reading book because this is the generation of WhatsApp. And they want every message to be as short as possible. If possible, in 30 seconds, they want answer for everything. Okay, and that is possible also. There is nothing wrong in it. But now Google we have accepted. We don't have any issues. But today, if I say that I use ChatGPT for my presentation, if I use ChatGPT for my writing, if I use ChatGPT for my emails, people say, oh my God, it's very unethical because that unethical is fed into us. That is how we are trained. So unfortunately, that is not true. A technology is developed for better use for the mankind. But unfortunately, you take any technology, it is used for good as well as bad. Any technology you take for a rocket, right? So you take anything that is used for plus and minus. But only thing what we can focus as a teacher is, let us use technology to help us in our day-to-day life in classrooms, How best we can give that benefit to our students community. How I can develop as a teacher on day-to-day basis. Is there any way I can take my own feedback? And, those are the things what I always say, we need to make best use of the technology. And if you do not know how to use technology, I'm sure surviving, especially young teachers, who are below 50 years, they will have challenges. Even now, if my mobile is not working, what we do, we never put our brain into it most of the time. We ask, beta tu help karega mujhe? Isme mobile kaam nahi kar raha hai mera. If I sit 5 minutes and I try to find out, I can fix it on my own because I have that intelligence. But unfortunately, we think that, oh, this is not my cup of tea. I have to take help. So that is what we do. And as a teacher, I feel that we have to stop it and start searching solution on our own. I have seen some people 80-year-old, but they are tech savvy. It is just a mindset that, I don't know that. Why? Because we hesitate to commit mistakes. Let us enjoy our mistakes and embrace the technology, and the life will be really cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
So before we let Professor Karunakar go, I think I would like to put this question, which has come in different forms. It's a more general question from different participants. And sir's expertise in new education policy and its implication and command over technology and how it's influencing our day-to-day teaching learning. Sir, how to change assessment patterns in times of ChatGPT? So how we really confirm whether the child has learned what we have taught when he is there having ChatGPT by his side?
So I hope I have answered this in my previous presentation also, because I strongly believe that this rote learning, we have to stop. That is what we have done now. Now the question here is, there is no question of rote learning. The way how we ask question itself has to be changed after ChatGPT. For example, when you are giving a home assignment to students, and they use ChatGPT and they will answer it. What is wrong in it? I say that. My only idea is why I am giving an assignment to student, because he has to understand the concept and he has to prepare that assignment. Now my basic question is, do I have meaningful question which I can ask on the assignment, whatever student submitted? Once the student submits an assignment, let us assume that he used ChatGPT and he submitted the assignment. Obviously, what I have to do, I have to prepare myself for questions which I can ask the student to know that whether he has really understood the concept or not. Don't worry about the source of information. He can learn from wherever he wants. But what a teacher, my goal is whether students have understood that concept or not. That is what I need to do. Unfortunately, if we stick to the 3-hour classroom-based examination, you write it, and then we'll sit and evaluate, and we are going to give you a label that you are A, you are B, you are C. Those days will go. And what we can do is, once you have some doubt, ask students a meaningful question. Now the question here is, how do I know which are the meaningful questions? Go to ChatGPT again. Go to ChatGPT, ask, list out few meaningful questions on this topic. ChatGPT will give you the questions again. Please note, you ask 10 times, the answer 10 times will be different. It will not be same. Whatever your students' assignment from ChatGPT, and same ChatGPT, same topic you use for assignment, your answer will be different, his answer will be different. That is the beauty of artificial intelligence. That is why there is an intelligence built into it. If you match two things, okay, it will not be same, but it will be similar. It will not be same. That is the reason it bypasses plagiarism also. So easily plagiarism is taken care by ChatGPT. If you find out, by an automatic tool that, okay, this assignment, you submit a plagiarism report, obviously it is zero, because that is how intelligence is built into the system. Only way to counter is, let the students use ChatGPT from the process of learning rather than stopping them or banning them. It is better to encourage them to use it and ensure that the learning outcomes are met, and be prepared to change, because the evaluation system has to be different. I can't see, if I expect that 3 hours examination, somebody has to sit and write. That is not the way forward now. It is the learning outcome what we need to check. There are 101 ways we can check. Otherwise it will be a police and thief game. It's a Tom and Jerry. They will chase and we have to chase. It's of no use. It's of no use.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. It was
we don't feel like leaving you.
How many of, my last question to you,
please
raise your hand. How many of you have used ChatGPT? At least now be, openly you say that, yes, I used it. Good. Fantastic. There are several people who already used. Who have not used, hardly it takes 15 minutes of your time to start. It takes 15 minutes of your time. Don't shy away from any technology. Spend your 15 minutes immediately after this presentation and try it. Okay, it's very easy. You will have fun, and it will help you on day-to-day work, and you can improve your performance using ChatGPT. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor.
And it was a pleasure spending these I will say 35 minutes with you, Professor Karunakar, and we don't feel like leaving you. There are so many questions which you'd like to have, but again, there is a format, there's a timeline, so you can always go back and search in ChatGPT who is Professor Karunakar, who is Dr. Ravindan, and you will find interesting answers.
But there you may go wrong. Because please note, ChatGPT works based on the training. I tried this, okay? I tried this. I said, Karunakar Kotegar, who is this? He said, I am an artificial intelligence trained. I don't have any information. Then what I did is I gave my profile. Some 2-3 times I gave my profile to improve it, okay? And it gave me my profile. And when I read it, I felt, wow, right? Whether it is me or not. So it is phrased in such a way. After some 3-4 times, what I did is I stopped it and I again logged in. Again, I asked the question, who is Karunakar Kotegar? Now answer is ready. How? Because I only trained it. You got my point? So if you are trying to search your name, you will not get anything, but you have to train it. Okay, if you are that way, you can find out. But if you give who is Karunakar Kotegar in Google, you will get a lot of things because there are several videos, information available about me. But ChatGPT doesn't know anything about me. But I trained. Now you give, you will get some answer. But you try with your name, you may not, but then you have to train it. So these are the best exercise, you know. I hope you will enjoy. I will
it is. Yeah, we have to embrace it and kind of keep it by side, and then let's see how we can really leverage it to the fullest to achieve the noble responsibilities which all of us actually really actually have to fulfill. So thank you very much, Professor, for your time and sharing space with us. And we look forward to more such sessions. And I'm pretty sure that all of us have really benefited from your presentation. And we will definitely be using it in order to become a better teacher who is technology enabled. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar, sir.